Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today in this video we are going to talk about 5 skills that you should be having to make the most of your 20s. Let's quickly dive into the first skill, that is having high EQ. You might have heard about IQ, which is the intelligence quotient, but the most required skill of today's time is emotional quotient. As anxiety, stress, depression being more common within this generation, it's important to understand how you can master your emotions and develop a strong sense of emotional intelligence. Daniel Goleman explained 5 aspects of being emotionally intelligent. Number 1 is being self-aware. A self-aware person is aware about the emotions that he or she is feeling. They know about their strengths, they know about their weaknesses, and they are open to work on their weaknesses and learn and develop the skills that they are weak at. Until and unless you aren't aware about your emotions, you can't necessarily regulate them. A highly self-aware person is someone who can identify whether they're feeling sad, angry, irritated or agitated, or happy. At the same time, they set goals based on their strengths and weaknesses. So developing a sense of self-awareness is something you can do by spending a lot of time with yourself and having white spaces in your day wherein you can process emotions and process what is happening in your daily life. One way to be more self-aware is to start journaling for at least 10 to 15 minutes, and this way you will start to be aware about your emotions on a day-to-day basis. A highly emotionally intelligent person is also empathetic towards others. They can sense what the other person is feeling, what emotions that they are going through, and also can empathize with the other person and talk them out towards the correct way. They can also make themselves as well as the other person feel comfortable by being more empathetic towards others. This is the most important skill to have, which you can apply in your family, in your relationships, and also at work, because we all are living in a society and we meet with people on a day-to-day basis. A highly emotionally intelligent person is also self-regulated. Now, the prerequisite of being self-regulated is being self-aware. Once you are self-aware about the emotions that you are feeling, about your strengths and weaknesses, only then you can regulate your emotions. Like for example, if you are feeling angry because of some XYZ reason, so you are first self-aware that you are angry, and when you regulate your emotions, that is when you don't let the anger overpower your all emotions and detach from yourself that anger and curb it down. This entire skill takes a lot of practice of being emotionally intelligent and regulating your emotions. But once you practice this skill, you can master all of your emotions, let alone the anger. And the similar kind works in with positive and happy emotions. You do not let success into your head. You regulate and keep going and not let success get to your head. And the last characteristic of an emotionally intelligent person is they are intrinsically motivated. Now, motivation is all around us. Take for an example this particular video. So if you watch this video till the end, you will get a sense of boost or motivation to develop skills. But this motivation is short-lived because this is extrinsically motivated. So take this video as information or a sign and not as a sense of motivation, because you should be intrinsically motivated to head towards your goals, and this will erupt from having a strong why. So an emotionally intelligent person is self-aware, regulates his or her emotions, is empathetic towards others, and is intrinsically motivated. If you work on developing all of these skills, you will not let stress, anxiety, and depression overpower you and come in the way of living your life and being efficient at work. Let's talk about the second skill, that is managing your money. Now, this is a skill that neither the school nor the college taught us. They never taught us about when we will pass our school or college that we are studying in, we will be entering into the job market and we will be earning. They never told us that what to do with the money that you are making. So as soon as you start earning, you will get a fixed amount credited in your bank account. So first, it's important to understand the concept of money. The money doesn't buy happiness, but it surely buys convenience, time, and freedom. the freedom to be able to do what we want to do for as long as we want to do. So as soon as you start earning, start building a financial runway of expenses for at least 3, 6, 9 or 12 months so that you can explore different options and be prepared for the rainy days. Money is not a zero-sum game and it is not limited. You can earn as much as your mind can fathom, and you have the potential to earn and execute what it takes to earn that amount of money. Also, money should be made by providing services or helping others and not at the cost of others. And basically, how you treat money is the way it will treat you. So start documenting where you are spending your money and start analyzing how you can manage your money better after collecting all of this data and making use of this particular data. Do not think I only make X amount of money, so when I make X plus Y amount of money, that is when I will start making money. The idea is how you treat your X salary or X income is the way you are going to treat your X plus Y salary. So have your foundations of managing money correctly. The skill number 3 is the skill of public speaking. If you are in your 20s, you'll be required to speak in your college assignments, projects, job interviews, pitch investors to get funding, to your team members, whether at your own startup or wherever you're taking up a job. Basically, public speaking is a skill which acts as a very basic foundation for your 20s. So it's an important skill to develop. Here is how you can develop public speaking skills. Number 1 is to first develop a mindset that what impact you want to make with your voice in the public and what image that you want to create within your friends, family, at work. And depending on that, you will craft your image and you will communicate your image via public speaking. So it's better to know the why to start correctly. Also, public speaking is a skill that requires you to make sense in less amount of words, because we all suck at being a good listener. So be well read, consume a lot of books, resources and courses to have a grasp over the knowledge in your domain and as well as of what is happening in the world. Through public speaking, you should be able to communicate and put forward your opinion about what you think and what you believe in. This will form a very strong image at work and at life. So consume more than you take up. Also, it's a good practice to visualize yourself before you are giving any kind of important talk. Like for example, I am recording a video right now, but I actually had a practice session before recording this particular video, because this is as good as speaking to millions of you watching this video. So practice, practice, practice and visualize yourself speaking effectively in public. And to be a good public speaker, you need to be a good listener first. So like I said, read more, consume more and listen more, and speak less but speak effectively. A philosopher Zeno said, God has given us 2 ears, 2 eyes and just 1 mouth with a purpose, because he wants us to listen more, read more and speak less, but speak effective. In your 20s, you will be pushed to take a lot of decisions. So decision making skill is something that you need to master to take right decisions and land at the right place rather than taking wrong decisions and landing at wrong place, because then you will have to wind up all of the mess that you have created with the wrong decisions that you have taken and restart again. And that will be a waste of a lot of time, energy and money. So in this particular skill, I will talk about how you can take decisions which are not regulated by your emotions. So here is a decision making process that I follow whenever I have to take a decision in life or at work. First of all, the decision should not have more than 3 options. 2 is the ideal, but max to max 3, wherein you pit 3 options against each other. For all of the 3 options that you have at least 4 to 5 parameters that you want to weigh against all of these 3 options. And for every option, give every parameter points out of 10. So towards the end, you will have a score wherein you'll be able to quantify that particular option based on the important parameters that you want to consider. Do this for all of the 3 options, and when you do that, you will have 3 scores towards the end and pick the option which has the highest score. Now what happens is, whenever we put ideas or decisions like this, and whenever we quantify them, we are able to identify which is better despite of the cons it has. So this is actually a very good and scientific way of taking decisions, which is not overpowered by your emotions and situations. Every time you do this particular activity, when you find yourself taking decisions in your life, you will be able to take decisions more scientifically and based on data rather than based on emotions and situations. The last skill that I want to talk about is the most important skill out of all, and that is developing leadership skills at work and at life. When you develop leadership skills, that is when you take 100% responsibility of your life first and your work. Jim Collins actually gave this concept of being a level 5 leader, and this is how we can implement in our life and work to take complete charge of our life and work. The first stage is to be a highly capable individual. That is when you reach your highest potential self in all aspects of your life: your health, your wealth, your goals, your physical goals, your mental goals, and your relationship goals, wherein you are totally self-aware, highly emotionally intelligent, and an independent person who can take care of all his or her needs. That is when you graduate to the second level, wherein you become a contributing person in your relationships with your partner, in your family, and at work with your team members. You're able to help others and also guide others at times, wherein people can rely on you whenever they need help, either at the work front or at the life front. Not only that, you graduate to the level 3 when people start looking up to you and reaching out to you for advices, and you helping them, providing resources and being an enabler in reaching their journey or reaching a goal. That is when you become a competent leader. Level 4 is being an effective leader, wherein you can not only enable a person but enable a team to help them reach their goals and achieve success in goals or in life. How can you be an effective leader in life? So let's say you are now starting a family. Now you have not only your partner to help but also your kid and other family members. That is when you graduate from becoming a competent leader to an effective leader. And lastly, you become a level 5 leader both at work and in life when you display a sense of humility with a lot of will. Humility because knowing exactly what your strengths and weaknesses are, and being able and open to work on your weaknesses and overcome them and convert them into your strengths is something that requires being humble. A leader may know a lot of things, but a leader might not be able to know everything. So it's important that we develop a lifelong learner's mindset and keep ourselves updated with the changing times. This is actually the secret formula for acing both your life and work. So let's quickly do a roundup of all the skills. Number 1, we talked about being emotionally intelligent. Second, to manage your money. Third one, to take good and right decisions in order to reach towards your goals. Number 4th one was speaking effectively in public. And last one was developing level 5 leadership skills at life and work. So yeah, that was it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video till the very end, and I will see you in another video. Till then, bye bye.